Hey guys, Mike here. So we're going to talk about Palantir stock and SoFi stock because they have earnings coming up this week. So it could be a big week for them. We're going to delve into the charts because these two stocks trade in a certain channel and they have a lot of problems breaking through certain resistance levels and maintaining them. And then we'll go into some news about them. I did want to go ahead and clarify one thing in my last video. I put this picture right here up that says 51% of millionaires are actually make up Congress now when there's only 5% of millionaires in America. I didn't mean to say that they get elected as millionaires, about maybe 3 to 5% of millionaires when they go in. No, they go in as regular people like you and I, and then they use the rules and the laws that they pass to help them grow their portfolios, because it's almost impossible to charge one of them with insider trading now because the laws they pass protect themselves and they build up these huge portfolios while they're in there. For example, I read 2 politicians went in 10 years ago, $100,000 net worth, like regular folks, and now each one of them 10 years later, only 10 years in the job now, are worth between $7 and $10 million. If you can grow your net worth that much in 10 years, man, and don't forget, obviously the campaign contributions they put in leadership PACs because of the rules and laws they pass, and they take with them for life no matter what reason they leave Congress, whether they get booted, voted out, doesn't matter, okay? And so I want to clarify that. And I did want to say, I find it interesting. I think a lot of people think you got to be really qualified to serve in the U.S. Congress and stuff. And so I wanted to show this to you because I got a good laugh out of it, and it's pretty shameful and sad at the same time. So if you're not from this country, you'll probably get a good laugh out of this. And I'd be curious to know in your country, are there actually more qualifications than this? But for example, if you want to be a senator, there's only 3 qualifications. You gotta be 30, gotta be a U.S. citizen for 9 years, and you gotta be a resident of the state you live in. If you want to serve in the House, for example, to be a representative, you gotta be 25 years old, U.S. citizen for 7 years, and live in the state that you actually are going to represent. Now understand, you didn't see anything about education. There's no requirement for education. The reason why I know that, because we have people who've been elected to Congress with no high school diploma, no GED. No background check. You wanna know why I know that? Because we just elected a guy that's in prison for murder. He's been there for like 20 plus years. He admits he did it. And now he is serving in Congress in prison. He's actually still there. They're hoping he gets paroled this year. And so that's why I know that. Plus we've had other convicts get elected once they got out and stuff to go to Congress. So you don't have to worry about that at all. So imagine getting out with, you tell me what job you can have no GED, no high school diploma, and a felony on your record and get a 6-figure paying job. 75% of your premiums for your health insurance is subsidized by us, the taxpayer, and you get a killer retirement. Probably, I think it's one of the best retirements out there. Plus, what's even more crazy about this, if you, for whatever reason, lost your life or died of natural causes while you were in Congress, your family gets 1 year of your salary. I think it's up to $174,000. Now, the reason why that's shameful, a soldier can go to Iraq and lose their own life in combat. Their family only gets $100,000. And so, that's just terrible, unless it went up. Last I read last night, it was only $100,000. So, that makes no sense to me. But, now check this out. To be a bank teller, look at these qualifications. You have to have at least a diploma or a GED, a bachelor's is preferred actually, and then you got to get some kind of certificate, and you have to have a background check ran. And so, the fact that you actually have to have more qualifications to be a bank teller than to serve in the United States Congress, where you are literally helping run the country and putting up amendments and budgets and everything else, that's interesting, right? But I thought it was an interesting fact, and maybe either give you a good laugh or make you want to go cry somewhere. So thought it was interesting. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into Palantir and SoFi. And so I'll start off with Palantir's chart here. As you can see, obviously there's a new resistance level that was starting to be set on July 21st. It just kept bouncing off, getting rejected every time. And then finally it actually broke through today as we got a volume spike going here. And you can see earnings to the right there. It's in a couple of days. And so with this stock, obviously it's finally getting above its moving averages again because it was completely below all of them. But you see that next resistance level, 24, 25, I believe it is. This was set a few months ago, and so it's been set for a while now and has had trouble many times maintaining above 24, 25. As you can see right here, you go all the way back to, was it February, I believe it is. And so, it just has trouble. If it does break through, it goes right back down through it. And then the next one's around 27, 30. It's only been above that one twice, I believe. And so, this is going to be the big tell. If we have a great earnings report and it moves up, can it break through 2025 or 24.25, excuse me, and maintain that? I'm not even looking at this to go anywhere near the 27.50 range. I would be happy just for it to maintain above 24.25 at this point in time. And as you know, this is one I hold long term. And so, one reason is they're in everything. I don't think they have really too much competition to deal with. And so, every facet of government they're in, they're picking up on the commercial side as well, getting into mining, oil, the aviation, financial sector, you name it. They're pretty much in it. Healthcare, whatever. And so even pharmaceuticals now. So, their technology is being used for so much stuff right now. And for me, as far as I'm concerned, it's just getting started. I think it's going to continue to grow, but this earnings is going to be big, right? Because it's been kind of quiet on the contract front. How have their contracts grown? They're projected to grow quite a bit, over the next 12 to 18 months. And so I'm just hoping we get above 24.25 and maintain that and actually consolidate there. Could it go to 27, 30-ish, whatever the next resistance is? Yes, it could, because I heard Jim Cramer say the other day this is a cult stock. And in a way, he's right. A lot of people buy Palantir. They have no idea what they do. I know what they do, and I buy them. But, yeah, can it go? We've seen it. Yeah, it can move, but it's not going to take off like crazy like you'll see in some other stocks, because there's a lot of shares outstanding. The market cap is huge. So, it moves like a tanker, not a speedboat. And so and the truth is, I don't even like it when it moves fast, because I know what's going to happen. It's going to come right back down. And so that's Palantir. That's what we're looking at. Will they pop in earnings depending on what the market's doing and stuff like that. So let's go into SoFi, and there's more news on SoFi because I've only done a couple of videos on this one. So let's look at the chart first. And if you look at SoFi's chart, it's had a nice little move up since July 27th, around 15% move up. Finally made it through one of the resistance levels it's been having trouble getting through over the last month and maintaining at around 1650-ish, somewhere in there. And so you can see the support level is right below the $15 mark. Definitely maintain that. Finally above that 1650 level. Next one's going to be around 1750. We'll see if they can make it above that after earnings. You see to the right there, and that one was set a while back, as you can see. And it's only been above that twice, as you can see. It had that big run up there in June, actually 3 times, excuse me. Had that big run up there from May 12th to June around 28th, I think it was. And then you saw the big fall, and so it basically ran up just because all the other stock or the growth stocks were running up. You remember that. And so we're going to see if it can make it above this level and actually maintain this level. But this stock, as you can see, it has when it takes off, it can take off. It's a high growth stock, okay? And so some of the things I've been looking for with SoFi, which I think is going to be the big thing here, is the bank charter, to see if they can ever get that approved, especially this year. And the reason why it's a big deal is because currently they use third parties to underwrite their loans, which is much less profitable. But by getting the bank charter, they'll be able to do this in-house by using member deposits to fund its own loans. And of course, Galileo, which they purchased $1.2 billion last year. This is a payment software company that connects banks to credit card processors, and some of its customers actually include Robinhood, Chime, Monzo, and others. And this is one of those parts of their business that's growing rapidly. Year-over-year account gains of between 130% to 135% over each of the past 3 quarters. It now has over 70 million accounts, growing almost 4-fold from just 2 years ago. And it currently makes up 20% of SoFi's total revenue, and it's actually profitable, which is the big thing for them already. And then cash for SoFi, I think this is a big one. Obviously, we just went through this whole warrants issue and things like that with them, which is one reason the stock dropped like a rock. And you can see they had $1.9 billion in cash. They're projected after all the warrants and everything has been exercised. They have about $2.5 billion in cash on hand, which, cash is king for a lot of companies and stuff, especially if interest rates are going to be going up in the near future. So that's something to look at and something I really like about the company. But where their biggest problem is actually on the financial side with the loans, right? And so one of the big things is student loans, which of course, I don't think anybody's paid a student loan off in a year and a half now because of the moratorium and things like that. And if you look right here, student loans account for 40% of all originations in Q1 of 2021 for SoFi. And so that can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. SoFi will have about 45 to 50% student loans buoying its business in 2021. And so this could be a problem, and it's definitely the financial side that is burning a lot of cash for SoFi right now. And so, you know, what doesn't help them is obviously interest rates being pressed down really low, hard to make money off loans that you're originating, plus you're doing it with third parties, which cuts into your margins even more. And so I think the bank charge is going to be huge for them. The good thing is they do have a lot of cash on hand now. And of course, with Galileo, however you pronounce it, that's profitable and generating a lot of money for them, makes up 20% for them. So I think with SoFi, what you're seeing is it's going to be extremely volatile. It's a SPAC. Don't forget about that. SPAC. This is a SPAC. What happens to SPACs? You're seeing it with Astra and all the other popular ones right now. They go up and they go down. They go up and they go down. It's a roller coaster. So it doesn't matter good news, bad news. They just roll with the market. Okay. They can shoot up on good news and then go down on no news. And so that's what you're going to have to look at if you're looking to get into this stock, because it's not just going to go to 30 and then start consolidating and stay there. I don't think it's going to be up and down all over the place. And, you know, I think this right here, I found this the other day. I think it was like 4 or 5 days ago. This will probably turn people off on the stock right here.
This is about SoFi. I bought the SPAC.
Frankly, I don't understand why the stock's where it is. I think that Anthony Noto's doing a terrific job. I think at $15, you buy the stock. I just think you just go buy it.
And I save that to last. I know a lot of people do not like Jim Cramer, and when he suggests a stock, they run from it. So, you know, but I kind of agree with him. I don't know why it sits down there at 14, 15 bucks. Yeah, it gets beaten up so much. I mean, I get there's, you know, it's got a lot to prove. I get that as well, but just, you know, there's a lot to me that I like about the company. I know the valuation is high, but hell, so is Palantir, and so is all these other growth stocks, you know. But, you know, that's the way it is. I think in the future is more a 3 to 5 year hold for me at least. And so that's where I'm at with this stock. And we'll see. I mean, we'll see what earnings brings and stuff. But anyway, hope you got something out of it. Hope you like the fun facts at the beginning. You know, go run for Congress. Great job for you. Just like bringing fun facts like that out. And let me know if you're going to run and stuff. Heck. So have a good one. Hit the like, subscribe button if you got anything out of it. And I'll see you later.